Sumita Datta. Welcome, Sumita.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Ma'am, I would request you to play the pre-recorded version of my presentation.
Today, my topic for presentation is a comparative analysis of the stylistic nuances and tonal variation of Komal Rishabh in Raga Bhairav and Marwa of Hindustani classical music. So, Komal Rishabh or Komal Re or the minor second is the second flat note of the seven notes that we have in our musical system. So, why is a note or a swara so important in raga music? Firstly, because the swaras are the foundational pillars upon which a raga is constructed, and a raga is characterized by the distinguished movement of these notes. The note movements are often called as gamakas or ornamentations that enhances the beauty of a raga. A very unique ornamentation pattern that is followed in Indian raga music is to explore the in between movement of notes or to explore the microtonal space in between notes. So, keeping in mind this thematic area, this research study aims to explore how the Swara Komal Re is being applied in two different ragas of Hindustani classical music. So, the ragas chosen for the study are Raga Bhairav and Marwa. So, as you can see here from the table, that Raga Bhairav and Marwa both has the notes Komal Re in them as common. So there are certain discourse or differences of opinion regarding the intonational behavior of Komal Re in both Raga Bhairav and Marwa. This research study has three fundamental objectives. Number one is to bridge theory and practice. That means whatever is being said or whatever have been theoretized regarding the intonational character or the regarding the ornamental behavior of Komal Re in both Raga Bhairav and Marwa, whether these theories actually comply with practical performance. So this is an empirical study. And for this study, I have collected a total of 30 audio recording files of both Raga Bhairav and Marwa, 15 each, 15 of Bhairav, 15 of Marwa, of vocal artists, both male and female, belonging to the Khayal and Drupad traditions. I have collected these recordings from open source archive like YouTube. From the entire performances, I have segmented 1 to 1.5 minutes of each performance as my data samples. From the data sample, I have micro segmented 10 to 15 seconds, and these micro segmented were observed and analyzed through PRAT software. PRAT is an open source software tool used for scientific analysis, visualization, frequency extraction, and manipulation of voice. Here is an observational summary of the 30 data samples which were curated for this study. In the left hand side is an observation table of Rag Bhairav. The first column denotes the name of the artists whose recordings were selected for this study. The second column shows the features of Komal Ray or the application patterns of Komal Ray, which was expressed by these particular artists in their respective renditions. The most featured application pattern of Komal Ray in Rag Bhairav was that an oscillation of Komal Ray, with two of them expressing a downward tending oscillation and three of them expressing a straight projection of Komal Ray, and the other three expressing a straight Komal Ray with occasional upward range, stroke, or grace notes. The next column shows the cent deviation of Komal Ray from its nominal pitch. So here are the Pratt generated mellographs revealing realizations of Komal Ray in Rag Bhairav. As you can see, the top three mellographs reveal a straight elongated projection of Komal Ray in Rag Bhairav. The first sample of Aminuddin Tagore, you can see the pitch line initiates from Ga, it reaches Ma, then it's followed by a descending line which resolves to Komal Ray, followed by straight stable sustention of Komal Ray, which descends to the tonic. So during the sustention of Komal Ray from 9.61 to 12.319, you can see that Komal Ray is intoned slightly lower from its nominal pitch line, that is at 82 cents, which means it has deviated 18 cents below its nominal pitch. I'll be playing this particular sample for all of you. There are samples which revealed grace note initiation. For example, we can see in case of Gajanan Joshi, two grace note occurs, one from close to the Ma pitch line, another from the Shuddha Ga pitch line, followed by straight Komal Ray. The samples of Arun Bhaduri and Rameshwar Jha reveals grace note being initiated from the Shuddha Rishabh pitch line and Komal Gandhar pitch line. This particular slide reveals the oscillating contours of Komal Ray in Rag Bhairav. As you can see from in the first sample of Mallikarjun Mansoor, a very clear oscillating contour of Komal ray is observed. In case of Oli Chakraborty, you can see that the oscillating pattern or the oscillating contours are actually below the nominal ray pitch line. This indicates a downward tending oscillation pattern. Similar is followed in case of Ullas Kashalkar. In case of Dinkar Kaikini and Rishabh Khan, we see that they follow a discrete oscillating pattern. There's another sample of Raga Bhairav of Mukul Kulkarni, which reveals a low intone Komal Rishabh from its nominal pitch with a downward surge. As you can see that from 8.227 to 10.8, the pitch of Komal ray is withheld, and during the sustention of Komal ray, you can see that the pitch contour expressed by the artist actually remains below the nominal pitch line of Komal ray. And one downward surge is expressed with the lowest surge point and recorded at 13 cents. You can see in case of Marwa, the most expressed feature of Komal ray is that of the straight elongated projection of Komal ray. Also, you can see that three artists have expressed a straight Komal ray with occasional use of upward and downward grace notes. Realizations of Komal ray in Rag Marwa. As you can see, the top three melographs reveal an unbalanced suspension of Komal ray. That means Komal ray is projected straight and elongated, but in an unbalanced manner. In case of Mallikarjun Mansoor, we see that the Komal ray is intoned slightly lower from its nominal pitch. In case of Gundecha brothers, we see that the pitch contour is actually aligning with the original pitch line of Komal ray. That means a straight and stable suspension of Komal ray. And in case of Rashid Khan, we see that the pitch line of Komal ray is very slightly higher in tone from its original pitch. The cent deviation points of both Raga Bhairav and Marwa were plotted using normal distribution graph and box plot distribution graph. So in case of normal distribution graph, we can see that the blue curve, which is of Raga Bhairav data points, we can see that it is bell-shaped curve and is slightly negatively skewed. So this indicates that the pitch range of Komal ray in Rag Bhairav is broader and much wider, and the tendency of Komal ray in Rag Bhairav is to incline downwards from its nominal position. And in case of Rag Marwa, which is indicated through a steep orange curve, you can see the data points are clustered together. So this indicates that in Rag Bhairav, Komal ray is perceived as a wider, dynamic, motion-defined pitch, whereas in Rag Marwa, Komal ray is perceived as a static and narrowly bound pitch location. So that was all for my presentation today. Thank you everyone for your time and attention.
That was a very, very nice presentation, Sumita.
Thank you,
Very
ma'am.
good.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
And as we come to the end of the scholarly presentations for today, I would now request Professor Sanjay Bandyopadhyay to summarize or give his remarks and review on the presenters.
Yeah, the whole session was excellent. Very good. Some were super excellent, some were excellent, some were very good. And Samita Datta, as everyone appreciated, analytically mapped the magnitudinal behavior of Komal Rishabh and in Bhairav and Marwa through visual acoustic tools like Pratt, showing engagements with embedded transmission. So it was very nicely done. All of them did very well. So congratulations to all of you, and I have think more, connect more, and develop. Thank you very much.